I think it's one of the best things the community could have is a solid United Way that raises money for services and people that need us.
They're bringing people from all walks of life together, and it unites community members to help a variety of people across the community.
There are so many issues in our community that we face, and through United Way and their partner agencies, they are working so hard to solve those. It's amazing to see the work that can be done when everybody works together and comes together for the common good.
I'm Jay Egan. I was the vice chairman of the first loan executive campaign in 1968. We often joked that Amarillo at that time could raise their entire fund for the year by having a lunch at the Amarillo Club, simply because they had such large corporations that all could write checks and fund their campaign needs. We did not have that option, and so we thought it would be great if we could involve and include more employees, people that worked in firms that will go out and call on other companies for their campaigns.
I'm Susie Moore, and I became a loan executive in 1976. Well, as everybody would probably say, it grew my circle of friends by, 24. I'm talking about good friends, not just acquaintances that have been really special in my career and in my personal life. I think it develops leaders that show up all over the community. They serve on the boards of the agencies. They serve at the Chamber of Commerce. They serve at Texas Tech. So it's a leadership development course.
Hi, I'm Jeff Klotzman. I became a loan executive in 1985. I would say probably changed everything that I have done going forward from the mid-'80s in community service. A lot of it has been dedicated to United Way. And I also remember doing a 1 a.m. speech at a potato chip factory. I don't know if I was very effective United Way speaker, but I sure got good potato chips. They were fresh.
I'm Carol Alonzo, and I was a loan executive in 1995. I was scared to death because I'm very much an introvert and I'm very, quiet, and I thought, oh my goodness, you're looking for people to go out and speak and work with people that you don't know. And so it was a little scary for me, to be honest with you, but the staff was wonderful, the volunteers were helpful, your team was helpful. There was just a lot of cheering on and a lot of support that we got as loan executives. So I really appreciated that very much, and it was fun. They made it fun.
My name is Chad Grant, and I became a loan executive in 2006. I'll never forget the day that we did our day of caring at the Early Learning Center. And so, really it was just a fun day. We spent the day at the center playing with kids all day, and the center director would talk to us. She said, you don't really know how much this means to the kids, just you being present and playing with them. She said that a lot of these kids, that you're the only positive influence that they're going to have in their lives all day. By the end of that day, one of them asked me, can I go home with you? And I was like, well, no, you can't go home with me. And she's like, why not? And I was just like, because you have, you don't live with me. You have your own home to go to. And what I came to realize is that spending that day with that kid, made them firmly believe that, it made me think, what kind of situation is it that this child would want to go home with me at the end of the day, that they knew whatever, wherever they were going to go with me may be better than the place that they had to go to. And, I always had my mother and dad and my sisters around, and I was always surrounded by positive influences. You don't really think that sometimes just showing up is, the best thing you can do.
My name is Kelsey Tubb, and I have been a loan executive since 2013. Working as a loan executive and volunteering in the community for United Way has allowed me to become passionate about a nonprofit and to carry that and advocate for our community and the nonprofits that are doing such great things for our community. One of my favorite memories of the retreat was my very first year at the Loan Executive Retreat, and Kevin McConaughey was a team leader at the time, and he made us all believe that he could do a standing backflip. and we did not believe him for the life of us. Chris Ramirez in true Chris Ramirez form turned it into a competition, and we were able to raise, I think it was a little over $200, just betting on whether he could or couldn't, and sure enough, Kevin McConaughey did a backflip.
What hadn't changed, I think, is the commitment of the people that I see working at United Way. The people that work in United Way feel like what they're doing is important for Lubbock.
We were replacing the Bob Nashes and the Alan Henrys and the Jay Egans, and then we came in and we did our community service, and now there are a whole bunch of fine young people who are replacing me. And that's the way a community grows, and that's the way a community continues to be served, by finding those people who have that community service aspect to them, and then you grow them and you give them the opportunities to replace the old guys and push them out the door.
I am so very humbled to be the Loaned Executive Chair for the 50th year. To raise $3.2 million in the Loaned Executive Division on its 50th year is going to be such a huge accomplishment, and the impact that it's going to have on our community and the lives that it will touch will be huge. It'll be such a great thing for the Lubbock area.
They had the audacity to give us a goal that first year of $32,000 that we had to raise as a division. To think about where we started at $32,000 and where you are this year is
At $3.2 million.
Exactly. I mean, that is mind-boggling. So it's exciting.
It is, very much so. United Way is still so relevant today because they are adapting and changing as our community's needs are changing. The issues may change, the things that we're advocating for may change, but United Way adapts to that along with its 23 partner agencies to be able to grow and achieve and help those in need however that may look. These partner agencies are all coming together for the greater good no matter what the need is, and they're able to adapt and change kind of as our economy and society does.